Look at who it is. In the top right side, red Zerg. It's ELAZER. And I had a feeling we'd be seeing this guy as well today. It's the blue Terran player from Team Liquid, the young French lad, Clem. Clem. Lovely, lovely stuff. ELAZER versus Clem. I think this could be a pretty cool one to see as well. Clem, of course, a player that's ever so exciting to watch, ever so aggressive, just multitasking through the roof. And ELAZER, a Zerg that can definitely meet the challenge here. Definitely a player that is, you know, the underdog overall in this story, most likely. But definitely a player that has brought big names down before, and a player we can imagine doing one so again. Just have to see whether or not this day will be a part of it. But look at that little horse icon. Little wink towards the Team Liquid, I suppose. Representing Clem's Clem's team. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright. Let me take a look over here. Yes. Agu. I always want to say Agu Esports, but it's Ago. Right? I think it is. Ago Esports. It's a cool logo they have though. Bird head. Always like animal heads, very stylized in teams logos. Just looks cool, you know? We all know it does. Right, Clem. Gonna be meeting up against 6 Zerglings. This is something we've been seeing more and more Zergs do. Specifically against Clem, I suppose. So I've been told. Where it's just not enough to have the 4 Zerglings. Clem's too good at these Reapers. And you just need more. Already losing one of the Zerglings here. The rest of them do keep the Reaper at bay though. Now with the Queen here, it's gonna keep order in town. Most likely. Already... Okay, no, I was... Is he moving that Queen to the 3rd already? He might. I think you just want to kind of zone away that Reaper, right? Yeah. Doing an alright job. 3rd base for Clem in that production tab together with the starport. Going a pretty regular route, but still with the 1-1-1. No big barracks play from our French player. Reaper, oh my god, he gets the tumor. But the Reaper just barely losing his last bit of HP as well. It's always frustrating, but at least, you know, you did get that creep tumor. There will be more creep tumors, but there probably won't be any more Reapers, though. Pretty sure a Reaper has a family and a creep tumor, you know. It's like when parents have so many children, they kind of stop caring for, you know, each one individually. They're more like, oh, we still have like this amount, so we still have like 100 extra. I feel like the same would apply to creep tumors and queens in this analogy, I suppose. Alright, 3rd base lair in production. Don't believe we've seen any Roach Warren or anything like that in the tab. But then again, I don't think I've seen a Baneling Nest either. To be fair, I've not been paying that much close attention to the production tab, so... There it is, there's the Baneling Nest. I was hoping I hadn't missed it. I mean, ELAZER can afford to be quite greedy here because Clem went for that 3rd base himself, right? So he's in a safe spot overall to do a large amount of droning. He just needs to ensure that he's going to be at the right place at the right time to intercept these Hellions. The Zerglings already taking quite a bit of damage. A couple of shots on them will be making it a lot more difficult to pin these Hellions down now. And with the Zerglings gone, the Hellions, are they going to go for it? It doesn't look like it. Feeling a little bit unsure. 6 drones still, though. Not too shabby. Managing to get picked off by that big group of Hellions. And only losing 3 of them. So that is a well-worthy trade. It's going to keep those Hellions alive. Still patrolling around the area. Still keeping the creep spreading. Quite a difficult task. Ooh, 1 Hellion right there. No, he saves it. My man Clem, he's pretty good at this game, isn't he? Laser trying to keep up with all the multi-pronged harassments here. Seemingly doing an, well, you know what, an alright job so far. Not losing more of these drones. And Queen's at the natural base, keeping all the Banshees at bay, at least for the time being. Will that still be more damage suffered? No, not really. Just by the Banshees taking some HP damage right there. Spire being constructed, but under heavy fire by those Banshees. One of the Banshees not being able to get into cloaking time. I'm not even sure if he had the energy for it, though, to be fair. There was a Spore Crawler still rather close by also. But anyway, regardless of all of that, the 1 Banshee goes down, 1 still remains. Time is ticking, though, for the Banshee with the Mutalisk on the way. It's a good thing he's saving up a little bit of energy. Might be able to avoid a deadly encounter with these Mutalisks so far. You know what? There he goes. Off he goes. Clem manages to sneak him out of there. Where's the drones? Where's the Spore Crawler? Oh boy. Didn't think that would happen, huh? Ah, it's only 2. Okay, I thought he would get 3. 3 wouldn't have been that much more better, but, you know, a little bit better. What's that worth? What's that worth? Work accounts quite close together now. I mean, from Clem's perspective, I think he's probably alright with everything he's done so far and how this game has gone. ELAZER, he is finally at the army composition we saw him kind of going for right off the bat with the Zergling, Mutalisk, Baneling. Has a formidable Mutalisk squadron now. Is he gonna keep the medevac numbers in bay? Oh, it's a good start for sure. A lot of Marines going down together with the 2 medevacs there as well. Clem starting up the production for Widow Mines and Thors. Great way to minimize the impact these Mutalisks can have. So turrets in a good position. Banelings, oh, bursting through the supply depot, deciding to go for it, pulling the trigger. But there's so many Marines and a lot of the Banelings not quite ready to engage. Most of the SCVs, how he did. I'm not sure if he lost a single SCV right there. What? I don't think he lost a single SCV. What a beast! What a beast! Overall, ELAZER, a worthy attempt, but not quite finding what he was looking for there. Slacking behind with quite a bit of supply now. In the opposition of Clem starting to head towards quite a valuable place for ELAZER. Needs to have these Banelings do quite a bit of damage. Oh, and there's the GG. Unfortunately, couldn't quite make it work. A little bit of indecision, I suppose, as well with those Zerglings and Banelings, I suppose, the last moment. Top right side, the Blue Zerg. Fighting for Agu Esports. It is ELAZER. Ago Esports. I need to figure this out at some point. Bottom left side. That's the Red Terran. Fighting for Team Liquid. It's the one and only Frenchman called Clem. Alright, ever so close now to being able to participate in the main event of the King of Battles. Clem 1 game away. ELAZER 2 games away as well, of course. Let's not forget, he has had quite a run through this tournament. He went up against Hero Marine not that long ago. A couple of games, I believe it may have been even his previous opponents. And he did manage to squeeze out the victory there. Hero Marine, another formidable European Terran player, of course. But is ELAZER going to show perhaps that Clem may not be as I don't want to say easy of a, because that's just untrue. Maybe Clem just even a little bit better than Hero Marine, right? Don't think a lot of people would put that into dispute. Such a young player. It's coming onto the scene, and now it's just such a staple as well on the overall block, right? Go back a couple of years and nobody knew who he was, and right now, you know, everyone does. Alright. Reaper Scout. Factory behind this. Things looking pretty similar so far. And they're going for the 4 Zerglings this time by ELAZER. I suppose if you're gonna lose one Zergling anyway, may as well go to the 4. Doesn't lose drones, a bit of lost mining time, and it's like what? 30-something minerals lost by the cancellation of those 2 buildings. Or forcing them to be made in the first place, of course. Yeah, pretty much the exact same thing from Clem here. 3rd base. We see a starport with a tech lab. And we may not see the Banshees this time around, right? But and again, they are quite closely finishing together. We'll just try to get a glimpse of Clem's base when we can. Or we'll see them pop up in the production tab in a moment, of course. And there they go. Okay, it will be the Banshee follow-up once again. Didn't feel like he got a tremendous amount of damage done with those Banshees, but apparently Clem, the idea that, you know what, he will be able to make it work. At least that's the impression I'm getting. Couple of Hellions, a bit more suicidal this time around, but getting a good scout off. Doesn't want to get blindsided by a bunch of roaches, of course. So I suppose the Banshees as well, right? They do provide a certain amount of safety against those roaches here, if they were to be coming across. Rather than just being established here with those Hellions. And then even if you make a couple of tanks, right, on the high ground and such, it could still be rough if they have Ravagers. If an Overlord suddenly apparently was close by, you know, they gain high ground vision and things can get quite brutal quite quickly. But with those Banshees, right, you're already across the map. You get to shoot at these things as they're trying to get across the map themselves as well. Quite a formidable multi-purpose tool, those Banshees. As the Spire. Same playstyle coming out of ELAZER. It's nice to see him going for the Zergling Bane Mutalisk style once again. It's one of the more fun styles to see play, really, isn't it? Especially when going up against a high micro-intensive Terran player as well. It's the Battle of Dreams. It's the Battle of Kings. Sorry, that's another tournament, I suppose. I would assume it's probably another tournament. The Battle of Dreams. Okay. 11 workers so far, forcing the cancellation on the 4th base as well. Do we just see Clem just kind of exterminate another player here? It may be the case. That's a lot of damage. He did invest quite a bit of minerals himself as well. 950 minerals lost in total, but Clem now in the upper hand mineral income wise. That's a big deal for Terran. In particularly because he did go for that very quick 3 command center himself as well, and still being able to kill off 11 workers when you're going triple command center, right? It's quite impressive. And forcing the cancel on the base as well. Might even get another cancellation here. I would assume so. That base is not meant for this world, and that is no cancel. Unfortunately, more money down the drain here. Clem just jumping forwards right now, bit by bit. And it's going to be a rough time for ELAZER at this point already to try and turn things around, I would say. That would be against someone that, you know, you would say is not favored against him. He would already be in a tough spot. But someone like Clem, a situation like this could be deadly. You need to find a way to gain some value yourself, or this game could go spiraling out of your control incredibly quickly. Clem is getting so well prepared here. Once more, the Thors. We have drilling claws on the way, another factory with a reactor set up, ready to produce those widow mines. ELAZER would love to try and catch this battalion of Marines and medevacs out somewhere on the map. He did manage to do that successfully the previous game, of course. This time around, not as successful just quite yet. Clem managing to avoid the ever-watchful eye of those Mutalisks and Zerglings everywhere. Now, yeah, that is already too big of a defense, is it not? Okay, ELAZER still going to try to commit. He pulls back with the Widow Mine starting to participate as well. ELAZER, I'm not quite sure. Still going to try to go for it anyway. Bit of a back and forth. Massive Widow Mine hits, massive Thor hits right on top of those Mutalisks. The Banelings don't get any connections going. ELAZER a little bit on that trigger finger. Probably a bit too soon. Clem scanning ahead, checking for the creep tumors and potential burrowed Banelings, of course. One of the few ways that perhaps ELAZER could still mount a comeback from. The Siege Tank is gonna get taken out. That's really good. There's so many more Marines coming in. The Banelings just not numerous enough. They are gonna get targeted down here if they do try to get close. And there's not enough Zerglings to be an actual threat for the Marines to be that worried about it. Oh my dear lord, there's more Marines here. Okay, ELAZER hanging on by a thread. Keeping Clem at a distance. Some Banelings here. That splitting is so wonderfully done. Supply difference, though, getting further and further apart. Some Banelings here, maybe finally getting a little bit of value. Magic books on the Thors is going to be necessary here to keep those Mutalisks alive. Couldn't quite manage to pick it out of the area. Starting to be rough. Those Mutalisks, they are quite expensive. Not quite sure if he went for the pickup on the Marines or the Thor. And does get cleaned up. Small bit of pressure remaining here on this side of the map for Clem. Of course, this batch of Marines here, and again setting up in a wonderful position, trading out well against those Zerglings. And look at what else is coming in right now. That is a lot of supply that I don't think ELAZER is quite ready for just yet. As we can see, he brought everything along that left flank, hoping that would be the last bit of army before he would get some breathing room. But Clem managing to get more bits of units already on top of ELAZER before he ever got back from the left side of the field. Oh, great widow mines being set up along the track as well, so the reinforcing army, people rotating those Zerglings and Banelings, getting hit quite devastatingly. So ELAZER, for what it's worth, I am incredibly impressed with how well he's holding on in this situation right now. Still participating in the match, still fairly close to the supplies actually. I thought they would grow from the moment not that long ago, but it's sticking around the same numbers. The worker count for ELAZER is still pretty good. He got all his bases up that he kind of wanted to, and still expanding. It's all feeling so incredibly loose in a way. It's a quicksand, and every time he gets a little bit of room to do something, it's like immediately Clem is there with a bucket of more quicksand ready to make things even more difficult for ELAZER. And is this it? Are there no longer any Banelings that could withstand the Marine onslaught? I don't think there is. I don't believe there are enough Banelings on this map anywhere to stop this push from just taking out this base right now. Nice target fire onto the Banelings, securing this location potentially. Oh my god, he's holding on again. Wow. Oh, wait, no, more reinforcements. No way he's going to stay alive there, right? I mean, he's put up such a fight, but see, if he didn't lose like 11 workers right off the bat, this would have been an entirely different situation, and maybe a playable situation as well for ELAZER, but this was just a spiraling situation out of control. And that is another victory for Clem, a 2-0. And that means Clem, our first player for today, qualifying for the EU Qualifiers #1